Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me for another LifeWriting.com conversation. With me today is Grady Sampson of the Sampson Agency. He is going to lay out several things as it relates to financial planning. Wanted to make sure I continue to have some folks on who have, as I say, been there, done that, especially as it relates to financial planning. Welcome to the show, Grady. How are you, my brother?
I'm well. I'm well. Thank you for having me.
We hadn't spoken in a while, and just to let everyone know, this is another person I, in essence, grew up with and around
Right.
Waynesboro, Georgia. So it's always an honor and a pleasure for me to have someone, that I know, that I kind of, like I said, grew up with and around, uh, and bringing certain subject matter expertise, especially as it relates to financial planning. So, Grady, I would like to know, and I'm sure everyone else as well, the Sampson Agency.
Yes,
What
sir.
is it all about? What do you do there? What type of services do you provide?
Well, at the Sampson Agency, we provide all areas of insurance. All areas of insurance. And when I say all areas, I'm talking from auto, home, life, business, health, everything insurance. We do. We do. We basically, even if it's not providing a product, we also provide a service. If you have questions, if you need information, we provide that as well. You know, um, I've been doing this for a long time, 22 years to be exact. So I don't want to call myself an expert, but I know I've been in the field so long. I, we know what we're talking about.
So Grady, I think by the numbers themselves, being in and around a profession, that long,
Mm,
you've picked up a lot of things along the way, right?
absolutely, absolutely,
Even via your specific training, specialized training, or what have you. But actually taking that training and getting out there and applying it right in a real
absolutely,
world environment, that really brings a lot of just a totally different realm of credibility, if you will.
absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the things that I pride myself on in regards to taking the information out there. The information is no good if I hold it onto it myself. Especially in this realm of insurance being so comprehensive. The one thing I pride myself on is being able to take that information, share it with the community, share it with the world if I can, but
Right.
definitely the community because the information is so pertinent to everyday life as well as tomorrow, figuratively,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly. Well, and Grady, that's just it when it comes to financial planning. Of course, it's you're in the now. You're planning for something, be it short term, long term investments, or whatever the case may be. But the insurance component of financial planning is oftentimes overlooked.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
maybe not totally overlooked, but it doesn't have, I guess, the same fervor and emphasis of importance than other things that come to mind when people think of
Right.
financial planning. So, with respect to financial planning, from an insurance perspective, and of course your subject matter expertise, what does it mean to you? What does it look like from an insurance perspective?
Um, from an insurance perspective of financial planning, excuse me, I think one of the most important things is to understand where you're going, or should I say, to understand where you want to go. With the insurance aspect or platform of that, the insurance platform can get you there in the easiest route, I would say. Simply because there are a lot of aspects of insurance that people don't know about that actually can propel you to a particular level or a particular platform without any effort of you. You know, um, certain platforms or certain aspects of insurance um, pretty much will work without you putting your hands on it. You know,
Right.
and a lot of things about that is sometimes when we put our hands on it, we mess it up. You know, the insurance platform allows you to go to the next level, to the next plateau,
Yeah.
without even having to touch it. You know, the only thing you have to do initially is get it.
Right, right.
You have to
So,
get it.
so that I like the way you put a spin on that. It's that next level, and particularly not having to really put your hands on it.
Right.
It's passive in a way, and
Absolutely.
that's the type of wealth building, and that's another topic that we'll be talking about at some point. Um, but that's one grand aspect of it, and again, I like the way you put that in terms of something that you don't have to touch. You don't have to put your hands on it. It's not your subject matter expertise. You are finding that person, in this case a certified financial planner,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm going to ask you something about that later as well.
Okay.
Some of those aspects of, like you said, using or having someone else's expertise to help guide you, to help you plan. Again, like I said earlier, for your near and distant financial planning
Right.
plans or what have you. So you kind of just touched on this, but financial planning from an insurance perspective, what else can it look like?
Narrow it down a little bit. Again, you have to know where you want to go.
Right.
Okay. And once you lock in on where you want to go, you find the actual vehicle that can take you there.
Right.
And what I mean by that is, let me give you an example.
Thanks.
I'll keep it fairly simple in regards to the example. Let's say retirement. Let's
Okay.
just use that as an example. Retirement. As an individual, generally you want to retire. Most people want to retire at 65. Okay. So if that is your goal, to retire at 65 and to live the same way or better that you've already lived, then you want to find a particular product, in which we have an array of them, a particular product that will save, invest, multiply your funds so that you can do the same thing that you've been doing. Okay. The vehicle in per se, the vehicle, there are a lot of different products in regards to insurance that can do multiple things. Again, it just simply depends on your particular path and how you want to work it. In regards to insurance and financial planning, they pretty much go hand in hand when you understand the products, when you understand where you want to go and how you want to get there.
Right.
You know, um, just like something simple as auto insurance. You know, if you want to drive your car, and if something happens to your car, you want to make sure that it's replaced or repaired so that you can continue to drive your car.
Exactly.
In the world of, or in the realm of retirement, if you're working and you're getting a wage, when you retire, you want to still get a wage. Okay. Or you still want to have some type of income so that you can withstand or maintain the level of life or the level of comfort that you already have.
Absolutely.
Same scenario. You know, the products itself that you put in place can do that. If you want to, and I'll switch back and forth, but in an auto scenario, you have auto insurance and you wreck your car or something happens to your car, you want a vehicle to continue to take you from back and forth. So you want the same level of transportation that you've had. Same thing with retirement. You want the same level of income that you had. You know, it's again, the products are there. The formula works. The information is fairly the same, and it works fairly the same, of course, with the little tweaks depending on the product.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And so, Grady, that's something else that I found very unique about you in particular, because you and your company you guys are so diverse with,
Absolutely.
again, the products, and just the whole realm of insurance that you provide. You span the gamut, and yeah, of course there are a wealth of people out there that touch on this auto, life, and et cetera, et cetera. But me, knowing someone,
Uh,
right? Um, your background, what you stand for, some of the things that push, motivate you, or what have you. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and ask you something around that.
okay.
Of course, everything is tied to, in this case, insurance as it relates to
Okay.
financial planning. But what motivates you? What you've been in it for a couple decades. Like what? Why insurance? Why continue to do it? Why?
That's a simple question for me. It may sound cheesy to a lot of people, but just the simple fact that I can help somebody do better.
Mm,
Simple as that.
mm,
Or I tell this story a lot. Um, when I wrote a policy years and years ago. Um, it was a life insurance policy years and years ago.
okay.
A husband got a policy unbeknownst to his wife. She didn't know about it. However, he died some months later. And generally, when there's a death, it's my job to contact the spouse in regards to the death benefit or the insurance payout.
Wow.
Again, she had no idea that he had this policy, but it was a
Okay.
$1 million policy. So she was, within conversation, she was a bit worried about how she was going to pay a mortgage, how she was going to live, and because he was the primary breadwinner. But
Wow.
with this policy, and when I called her and said, "Hey, I have your check's ready," and she had no idea about it.
Wow.
But that made her, I can't even describe it, but she was really, really at ease to know that he took care of what he would have been able to take care of if he was
Right.
there, you know. And
Wow.
that's the thing, that's the element that I want people to know all the time is the insurance element of anything you want to do. It's in the place just in case the person is not there, in a life insurance type of manner. But that's why I do it, man. I do it because I'm able to help people. I'm able to provide the information. I'm able to allow them to see something more than what they see, you know. Um, and I've
Wow.
been doing it a long time.
Now that's really powerful. You assist people in allowing them to see what they wouldn't see otherwise, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Um, Now the example that you just laid out, and thanks for sharing that one in particular
Mhm.
because that really pulled at the heartstring, and I can truly envision obviously what she was going through, right?
Mhm.
That kind of goes without saying, but the weight that was
Absolutely.
off of her shoulders, people can truly
Absolutely.
relate to that. Being in a situation, a loved one, some loved one passed away or what have you, and
Mhm.
having something in place to ensure
Right. Right.
that's taken care of, and not only that is taken care of, but that lifestyle, if you will,
Absolutely.
continues on. Um,
Yes. Yes.
so, life insurance, that was obviously life insurance. You touched on auto insurance, and one or two others. So, in all of those areas of insurance, if you will, like certain elements, and actually, you kind of just addressed this with that example. Um, I was going to ask something about the elements of insurance that really stand out that people should definitely consider.
Absolutely.
Do you want
Absolutely.
to do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Not only in a life perspective, in a life insurance perspective, but in the spectrum of life of insurance in general. That's what it does. It indemnifies you. It makes you whole again. Whether it's auto, you have an accident, your insurance is going to take care of that. If you're in a home with a home fire or some type of damage to your home, your insurance is going to take care of that. Whether it's life, whether it's business, no matter what it is in the scope of insurance, it indemnifies, it makes you whole again. That's what the purpose of it is. So if you think of insurance and tie it into, you know, your future or future planning, if anything happens, um, in the array of whatever you have your policy in, it's gonna make you whole again. You're not gonna miss a beat on it. So when you're planning for the future, when you're doing financial planning, when you're doing just planning in general,
Hmm.
if you have insurance policies in place, you won't miss a beat. You won't go backwards. It's gonna keep you in the same place and or propel you forward. It's basically,
Yeah, yeah,
that's basically that's what it does. That's the benefit of it. A lot of people give insurance, quote unquote, a bad rap because they say, hey, it's just a bill, I'm not going to use it. Well, I tell people this all the time. There's one insurance policy that you will absolutely, without a doubt, use. No doubt you will use your life insurance. It may sound harsh, but that's no doubt you will use it. But
yeah,
in a matter of fact,
yeah.
if there's an opportunity to provide services for an array of things,
Hmm.
even if you don't use it, the peace of mind
Peace of
covers
mind.
it all. The peace
Yes.
of mind. So, for me, if I don't have to come out of my pocket for something and somebody else is gonna pay for it, I'm good. Yeah, I'll take that all
Right.
day. I'll
Yeah.
take.
Yeah.
You know,
I would take that trade off any day as well.
So but the I think the most important element though of insurance is simply um I'll go back to that. It's just simple. I think the most important element is just simply knowing
Uh-huh.
that it's gonna be taken care of.
Hey, brother, you just said it. I mean, you summed it up with the peace of mind. I
Right,
mean, that is the catchphrase
right.
when it comes to insurance. Oh man, that's sunken costs, and that I'm never going to use. Actually, you better hope you're never going to
Right.
use it, especially when it relates to auto, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But at some point, you know something may happen in the case with auto, right? We all know it may not be your fault, right?
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
you now know it's covered, which now is going to give you that peace of mind that you just mentioned.
Absolutely.
Definitely behoove you to have some of these things in place, types of insurances in place, just in case something happens, which
Sure.
again may not be your fault, but you're covered and it's not coming out of your pocket, which ultimately, like you said, gives you that peace of mind.
Absolutely.
So, Grady, I gotta ask you something around. I know we harped on specifically insurance in itself as it
Mhm.
relates to financial planning, but you you make a darn good financial planner, like the certified financial planning one. So any aspirations around financial planning?
It's funny you would ask that. I'm actually in process right now of completing those courses to become a certified financial planner. That is in my near foresight.
Bingo, bingo. So that wow. So becoming a certified financial plan. Okay, so hold up. Okay, so for the people out there, many of them know, many of them don't. A certified financial planner. What does he or she do? What do you do?
Well, an array of things, but the meat and potatoes. I'm able to suggest um, products outside of insurance, which would be index. Still able to explain index, establish portfolios, anything in the index perspective. When I mean index, I mean um, we'll say stocks. bonds, things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
In
Aside from the market, yep.
right from the market, I'm able to establish those types of portfolios as well as a
Okay,
certified financial planner, and also legally tell people and suggest um, actual particular lines of index as well.
nice,
So
nice.
within it's basically a step above or a step in front of where I am now, because
Okay.
insurance also has index products as well.
Hmm.
But as a certified financial planner, those index products just simply magnifies in regards to what you're able to do.
Nice. So that's something you're currently working on. What kind
Absolutely.
of process is that, give or take? How long of a process is that?
Study, 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 read, study, read, read, more study. But
Okay.
generally takes anywhere between a year and a half.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, oh. So in the interim, I'm gonna be like I can be one of your test cases. I can be one of, not say case studies, right? But I can definitely, this platform in itself
Right.
would love to be a sounding board to help you along that progression, man.
Absolutely.
Well, no, but we're laughing about it or what have you, but financial planning is very important. It goes without saying, and all types of people on various levels use it
Mhm.
in various aspects of it. There's so many
Right.
elements of it, and that's kind of the thing too. So it was kind of to be completely transparent. It was difficult for me to pinpoint exactly like what areas I should approach, what subject matter experts I should have on talking about whatever area,
Right.
because financial planning is vast. There's so
So
many things. Insurance in itself, yeah, look, I'm like, the Sampson Agency, like, great. No, Grady needs to come on here and just share some top level, whatever. He can break down certain aspects of it or what have you, just to
right.
make certain terms resonate with people. Any, I guess, parting words, things to consider, something you want to reiterate as it relates to, of course, specifically insurance, but in the grand scheme of financial planning.
Um, I would just say, if you have any questions, concerns, aspirations in regards to your insurance, financial planning in itself, I would, I'm always available. You can reach out to me.
I, I'm going to help you with that one, and I am going to do this.
There you go. Hey, I like that. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Um,
man. Yep. This is how you can reach the man. I mean, look. Not often do you, Grady Sampson. Then you're looking at the agent, Sampson Agency. Yes, that's right. He is the man at the helm of this company. Okay, and I like saying that. This is the man at the helm of this. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna build on that. All right.
yeah, let's build
Yeah,
on that one.
that financial planning certification and anything else that
Right,
you're working on and what have you.
right,
Um, and just to let you know, and the folks know as well, this is almost also uh, um, it's economics. It's dealing with economics education, right?
okay,
Um, I'm an economics major, so that's the geek side of me. I like talking about the economic side of it.
okay.
The financial planning, it has a little more specificity, what have you, right?
Right.
Economics is that top level, overarching grasp of all of it, right?
Yes, indeed.
So I do want to do some segment this month to, again, not delve into a lot of the intricate details, but again, just touch on a few things to kind of provoke a little thought.
Okay, okay.
That's another uh, reason why I do these, right?
Right,
Bring the subject matter experts in, share top level information. People can reach out to them accordingly as they see fit. But again, just having people, be informed in a way that is going to provoke some thought, that they could possibly look into things themselves, or look at the subject matter just a little differently.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So with that, Grady, look, I really appreciate you coming on. Again, folks, SampsonAgency.com, his direct line there. Reach out to the brother. He has a lot of insight, as you can see. Been there, done that, been in the business for well over 2 decades.
Yes, sir.
And doing quite well. And
Yes, sir.
it's an honor for me to even say that, and knowing that I know Mr. Grady Sampson. So Grady, again, man, I thank you for imparting this time and coming by.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, man. It's been a blast.
Absolutely. We're going to do it again soon. And yeah, man, I'll be talking to you later.
All right, we'll do. All right. See you.
All right, brother. All right, everyone. That was Grady Sampson, imparting a lot of financial planning related information, specifically as it relates to insurance, as you saw. But thanks for always tuning in and for continuing to support lifewriting.com, where writing speaks.